Forget the iceberg. Forget the tragic music. You have been fed a century of sanitized lies. Beneath 12,000 feet of crushing darkness, the Titanic is holding its breath. Guarding a secret the world was never supposed to see. There is a secret in the steel that the world was never meant to know. A forbidden truth that suggests the greatest tragedy of the sea was actually a cold-blooded execution. Look closer at the rivets. Look at the fractures that defy every law of modern engineering. We are told it was an accident. But the evidence screaming from the rust tells a different story. The master investigator is here to break a century of silence. He has found something in the wreckage that contradicts every history book ever written. If you value the truth over the myth, stay with us. Subscribe to the deep. The deception began long before the first wave hit the hull. In the dry docks of Belfast, a switch was made that changed the course of history forever. The Olympic and the Titanic. Two sisters with a deadly secret hidden under layers of fresh paint. Was it a sinking? Or was it a massive insurance fraud that cost 1,500 lives? The investigator traces the serial numbers on the propellers. They do not match. The steel used for the hull was brittle, mixed with sulfur to save a dying company's gold. They knew the ship would snap. They just didn't care who was on it when it did. But the sea is a witness that cannot be bribed or buried. Modern sonar is revealing shapes in the debris that should not exist. A coal fire burned for weeks before the maiden voyage, weakening the internal spine. Captain Smith didn't ignore the warnings. He was following orders that led directly to the grave. Why were the lifeboats half empty? Why was the nearest ship told to stay silent? The investigator finds a lead box in the debris. A logbook that was meant to be destroyed. Inside, the true coordinates reveal a deliberate path into a calculated trap. The corporate giants of 1912 built a floating tomb and called it unsinkable. They bet against God, and the ocean collected the debt in blood and iron. Every piece of rust we analyze is a confession of corporate greed and betrayal. The ghosts of the boiler room are still screaming through the twisted pipes. They were trapped behind locked gates, while the elite toasted to their own survival. This wasn't a tragedy of errors. It was a masterpiece of planned destruction. The investigator holds a piece of the brittle steel. It shatters in his hand, like glass. This is what they don't want you to know. This is the evidence they tried to drown. The Titanic is not just a wreck. It is a crime scene that is finally being solved. The deeper we go, the darker the truth becomes. The iceberg was just the weapon. The hand that held it was wearing a tuxedo. The case is finally open. The ocean is giving up its dead secrets.